Hello traders, the title of the video is how to trade multiple dynamic trend lines like a pro. Alright, this is an advanced technical analysis using multiple dynamic trend line. In the previous video, I was talking about one dynamic trend line, a single dynamic trend line. But in this video, we will be talking about multiple dynamic trend line. All right. So traders who did not yet watch, the first part of those video, the title of that video is Mastering a Dynamic Trend Line Trading Like a Pro at 2-4 Stock Trader YouTube channel, digit 2, digit 4 Stock Trader YouTube channel. The title is Mastering Dynamic Trend Lines Trading Like a Pro. All right, let's begin. The recording. A dynamic trend line for new traders, I want to remind you quickly, is a trend line, that is representing, the dynamic true value of the financial, instrument. We have what we call a static dynamic value. All right. So if a financial instrument we have that is horizontal line that will represent a dynamic. My apology to traders. All right. We have the static value, true value of the financial instrument, static true value, not dynamic. When we have technically speaking, or during a horizontal consolidation, the median line of a horizontal consolidation is the static true value of the financial instrument. It may be completely different of the fundamental true value of the financial instrument. So when we are talking about static true value, we are talking about horizontal line or the median line of horizontal channel, or we are talking about another horizontal true value, which is a technical. This is a technical true value. It's not a book value, but it's a technical true value of the financial instrument. But when we have the price, or like you can see here, the price. Pay attention to the red line. I don't want to remove my other line. My apologies to trader. Pay attention to the red line here on my chart. You see that the price was oscillating around that red trend line gently. It was not going too far away. This is very, very important. We want it to oscillate, but not to go too far away from it and come back. We want it to rotate around it gently, not going too far away from it. So that red line that I have on my chart here is a dynamic trend line. All right. It's a trend line around which the price is oscillating, all right, without going too far away from it, all right, as the price is going up or down. So a dynamic trend line is either a rising trend line around which the price is oscillating without going too far away from that a trend line. It can also be a declining trend line in a downtrend, where the price is oscillating gently around a declining trend line. That is a bearish, a dynamic trend line. All right. So sometimes the financial instrument will begin the oscillation or the rotation around one particular dynamic trend line, and then it will switch to another a dynamic trend line. Then we will start talking about a multiple dynamic trend line. Some financial instrument or several financial instruments may oscillate during a trend around 3 or more, all right, dynamic trend line. There's one example here. The financial instrument that we are looking at is the United Health Group Incorporation, EPIC UNH. All right. I want to remind the trader that are from different parts of the world that are watching our video. All right. So this video is for educational purposes only. So, but the data that I have is an American stock data. So don't think that, Joe, why don't you record a video about Sensex? All right. Why don't you record a video about Nifty? Why don't you record a video about Indian stock, Indonesia stock, and so on. But just because I do not have those data, so all you can learn from this is about how to trade, how to apply, and then you apply it for those stock that you are trading. All right, it's not that because I give a special preference to our friend Americans. It's just because this is the data that I have. Because I'm seeing that problem at the 24 Area Wave YouTube channel when I'm using American stock data to analyze the chart using the area wave, and sometimes other traders that are not trading those stock are thinking that Jojo, we don't want to know about those things anymore, while traders that are Americans are loving it. So just understand that, just to mention that. So first time the United Health stock, you can see that was oscillating around the red line here, you see. So this is the first dynamic trend line. And then it switched, you see, switch now to the secondary, all right, the dynamic trend line. So it starts oscillating, you see here, it deviates from it, it come back. Now it's going around the second dynamic trend line. So now we have a multiple dynamic trend line. Even when you see a financial instrument that has a multiple dynamic trend line, don't forget those dynamic trend line. I will be writing a web page that I will be posting at stochastic.com about dynamic trend line, when I will give traders a full detail about how to use the dynamic trend line. All right. So we have here two dynamic trend line. All right? The first one is this one here, and this is the second one here. So talking about the previous video that I was recording to you, mastering dynamic trendline trading like a pro, which is an essential tutorial that you must watch so you may understand everything. I told traders that if the price deviates, see the deviation here, we can measure that deviation vertically, all right, very important, vertically from the dynamic trendline to where the price did stop. And we can use that for technical trading purposes to determine the oversold and overbought resistance zone, all right, resistance or support level. So here it is, see, it did this distance. The distance for the deviation was this one here. That's the pink line on my chart. You see, I measure it. Now I can use it. All right, now I apply it here. You see that this is what has happened here. The price came down to that zone and found a support. Now again, here you can see that in this zone, as the price came to that zone, I'm going to put it a bit to the side here. So you put it like this, and then you can draw your horizontal line there. Say possible resistance there. The price may deviate from it. You see, as it came there, there was some seller there. People tried to sell it there. You can see this candlestick bar try to go near that level. All right. That's how we use the deviation, the measurement of the deviation to trade. So now we put it here on this candlestick bar here, the latest candlestick bar. You can see that it start exceeding that deviation. So because what usually take place, I explain to traders that the dynamic trend line is the median line of a rising channel that is very, very small inside when the price is oscillating it. All right. So when we are talking about a breakout, traders often think only about the horizontal channel, but we have sometimes a breakout above a rising channel, a breakdown below a declining channel. So now that we see that it start going up above that resistance level, what we need to do here, we see that candlestick bar among the monthly chart. All right. This is the month of June. Is now closed because it goes above. We highlight the low, all right, the high, and the median line. I don't want to draw the median line of that candlestick bar, so we will be giving priority to bullish signal above the median line up to the high, and also above the high of that candlestick bar. So priority bullish signal above the median line, and also above the median line. Priority bullish signal above the median line of this candlestick bar, and also priority above the high of that candlestick bar. Priority bearish signal below the median line of that candlestick bar, and priority bearish signal below the low of that candlestick bar. The reason is now is going above that distance, so there is a possibility that the price we may have what we call the breakouts. You see, so horizontal channel, we see a breakout like this, The same thing can happen here when the price will break above that deviation distance. You see the measurement here, we can have a breakout above it. All right. So it's a consolidation. All right. So when the price is consolidating around a rising, okay, a trend line or a declining trend line, we have a dynamic trend line. But you need to understand that the deviation shouldn't be too much. Price shouldn't go too far away from it, otherwise it's not a consolidation. All right. So when we have a multiple dynamic trend line, we can measure the angle between between two, okay, dynamic trend lines. So we have one here, another one here. But what you need to be very, very careful. You need to do it properly, otherwise you'll be doing something else. So you draw a vertical line from one dynamic trend line to the next one vertically. Then you project it on the same vertical line. So you see here, that's the orange line here. So if I want to project it, I have to put it on the same vertical line like this. Okay, and then I will draw a line through the intersection between the first two dynamic trend lines, and then I leave that one. Then I have a new dynamic. This is, we can see, a projected. So if I color this one out into orange, this is our projected dynamic trend line. That is the result, okay, of the angle, the projection of the angle between the first dynamic trend line. All right, we can keep projecting that. We can put more projected dynamic trend line on our chart and just leave them there and see what will happen and monitor the reaction of the price in the vicinity of those projected dynamic trend lines. So, okay, same vertical line. If you move it to another vertical line, it's wrong. All right, so it has to be the same vertical line. Now, if you put it here, you made a mistake. If you put it here, you made a mistake. You are getting something that has to be the same vertical line. And one more time, I can draw another line from the same point here to the top of that measuring stick. You get a message now? So I have a new projected dynamic trend line. Okay, which color should I use now? Use green. And I can just leave them there. All right. It's not that the price will definitely rotate around those projected dynamic trend line, but we want to know where they are and what is likely to take place. If you measure the angle from here, like I did here, it had to be on this line, on this vertical line. You have to keep projecting on that vertical line. If you go to the left or to the right, you are doing something else. Have to be exactly on the same vertical line. Very, very important. All right. Now, so traders who understand a little bit about area way, we know that, or if you don't know about area way, if you know about a trend, stock that is trending, all right, it's trending. So you see this stock is trending, yes or no. So it's trending first, you got the first dynamic trend line. Now we have a new dynamic trend line, yes or no, all right. Okay, you got a new dynamic trend line. Now, if you continue to go out, maybe we may have another dynamic trend line. All right, maybe we may have another dynamic trend line, but it's not there yet. All right. The reason why you need to have those dynamic trend line on your chart is that after the trending first, when people start taking profit, which we call correction period in the area way, sometimes the price, when it's pulling back, it will pull back to one of those dynamic trend line because they represent the technical dynamic true value of the financial instrument. So they are very useful for us as the price break below one of the channel and start pulling back. And you'll be amazed sometimes that the price will gently pull back to one of those dynamic trend line. So when we are using multiple dynamic trend line, we need to understand their role. Okay, their role is that they are representing the true value of the financial technical dynamic true value of the financial instrument, all right? And also, when a correction has started after a multiple dynamic trend line, the price sometimes will find a support after an uptrend. When it starts coming down, you find a support on near one of those dynamic trend line. As I explained to traders before in other videos, when we have two dynamic trend line, we can also draw the median line of those two dynamic trend line. Okay, so here it is. This is the median line of those two red dynamic trend line. All right. So prices are coming down. You are watching them. So we can project, okay, multiple dynamic trend line using an angle between, okay, two dynamic trend line. All right. We can also draw the median line between two dynamic trend line. I can draw the median line between the orange and the red, and also leave it there. Oh wow, this one is very interesting. Now you see now the price is now on the edge of the median line of the orange dynamic and the red dynamic trend line. All right. And we can project, okay, all this trend line. I can also draw another median line between two projected trend line. But you need to differentiate between the real dynamic trend line and the projected dynamic trend line, because we forecast that there's a high probability that those forecast dynamic trend line may also become useful for us, or the price may rotate around it. So what is the whole point of this? The whole point is to look for trading setup around those dynamic trend line. Price breaks above, retest one of those dynamic trend line. We do not want to forget how we were trading the dynamic trend line, measuring the deviation, as we did here. You see the peak line, the deviation, all right, and waiting for a breakout, retest. If the price breaks above, okay, that resistance, okay, do not forget. So you see the dynamic trend I told you, say median line of a tiny, repeat, a tiny, okay, a rising channel or tiny declining channel. So we can draw that channel. Okay, it's a tiny channel. That's a tiny channel there. Will you agree it's tiny, or is it too big for you? Oops, I'll get there soon. Something like that. So that's our tiny, okay, all right, a channel there. So we are looking for trading setups, all right. So here we see that it's breaking above that measuring stick. If it goes up a bit, it's pulling back. We will try to retest the top of that tiny rising channel, or you will come back to retest the dynamic trend line itself. So for us as day trader, swing trader, we were looking for trading setup in the vicinity of the dynamic trend line, in the vicinity of the projected dynamic trend line, all right, in the vicinity of the top of okay, the tiny, okay, a channel, and so on. So we are looking for trading setup. And once we find one, we will use a different time frame trading method, okay, to trade it. All right. So this is an advanced technical analysis using, okay, multiple, not one, multiple dynamic trend line. When a financial instrument is going up or down, all right, the financial instrument first is oscillating without going too far away from a specific trend line. That specific trend line is a dynamic trend line. And then the price will reject that first dynamic trend line and choose another one. So this one is rejected. Now it chooses this one now. And we have a two dynamic trend line. And we may have multiple. Some stock may have up to 3 dynamic trend line or more. It's going up. You rotate around it. And then again, like this. You have to understand what's happening here, because those who are buying this stock do not. The bullish traders are controlling the market carefully. This is like a guerrilla war, all right? It's clever, because though it's looking weak, the stock is looking weak. People think that no, it's going to come down. It's just escaping the bearish pressure each time. So it's just going to small tunnel, so to speak, or small tunnel, if you agree. And then another time is escape that tunnel and go to the next one. And this is the nightmare of those who will try to sell that stock. On the other hand, we see the same thing. Similarly, we see the same thing in a downtrend, when the price will be going down first around one specific dynamic trend line, and then you switch below it to another dynamic trend line, and then again another one before it will find a support. And then when the correction has started, when people start coming out of their bearish, coming out of the trend, and they try to start, the trend has ended and the correction has begun, or a profit taking is taking place, all right? As the price coming down, we want to know where are the dynamic trend line, and we want to know where are the projected dynamic trend line, and we want to know where are the median line of those dynamic trend line, and we do not want to forget the tiny channels. As always, we see a trading setup in the vicinity of one of those dynamic trend line. We will implement a different time frame trading method, all right, to trade it like a pro. The setup on the signal, on the setup like this, I'm on the monthly chart, all right. If I see a trade, so you were here, you were using the measuring stick, all right. Oops, 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 oops. All right. Where were we? Okay, leave it there. Like you were here, all right. You see, pull back to the same distance. So you see that this thing was here, it stopped there, and you pull it here. You draw a line there. You say prior to bullish signal above, a prior to bearish signal below, and then you will implement a top-down trading method. Because I'm the monthly chart, I will use the monthly chart for my trading setup. I will use the daily chart for my signal, and I will use the hourly time frame for the entry. If I want to day trade, so the monthly chart trading setup, all right, the daily chart for my signal. But again, because I want to use it for day trading, when a signal is fired on the daily chart, I will use that daily chart signal again as another trading setup. Then I will say daily chart trading setup because I want to day trade now, hourly time frame for a signal, and then here I am on a 10-minute time frame for day trading to enter the trend. We can break it down even into the 3-minute time frame for scalping, even to 1-minute time frame or 10-second time frame. All right, so this is okay, how one can use how to use a multiple dynamic trend line like a pro. The characteristic of a dynamic trend line is either rising or declining. Usually the median line of a tiny rising channel or a tiny declining channel, all right, it represents the technical, all right, dynamic, a true value of the financial instrument. A stock may have one or more dynamic trend line. In that case, we will be talking about multiple dynamic trend line. We can use the angle between the two dynamic trend line, and project the dynamic trend line into the future, either above or below on a vertical line. Very, very important. All right? I would like to take this opportunity to thank traders for their comments. All right, so great comment coming up. All right, traders say, Joe, you leave your microphone on. This is true. I have noticed that. All right, I haven't been doing anything behind the scenes, traders. All right, so nothing to worry about. But trader remind me, one time there was one of our website was down. Trader mentioned it to me on YouTube. You see, I was reading all the comments. So thanks to all those traders that are leaving comment there. I read them all. All right, so don't think that, George, you only pay attention to your American friend. Pay attention. You have a lot of traders in Indonesia, India, I don't forget anybody, Pakistan, all right, Canada, top range, United Kingdom, all over the places, all right. So making YouTube, the best democratic platform, all right. So post your comment, all right. Don't make it personal though, and I just focus on trading and trading only, all right. If you have any question or suggestion or comment, feel free to put in a comment section. And of course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. We are the TSGW. If you find this video, if you find this video truly useful, let us know by giving us the thumbs up. If you find it very disgusting and useless, all right, let us know by giving us the thumbs down. If you think that this is an essential tutorial, feel free to share it on Google+, on Twitter, and also on Facebook. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the TSTW24 traders talking about how to trade multiple dynamic trend lines like a pro. Happy trading to you all and speak to you soon.